Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm here at my beautiful farm in Austria, and it is my pleasure to continue to share with you from here my musical world. You might wonder, what could my musical world be when I don't have a music instrument here? But actually, to the main part of my work as a performing musician, not having an instrument with me doesn't really make any difference. That seems to surprise people. I think there must be some common misunderstanding about how classical music is made, how the so-called interpreter goes about his job. Some people seem to think that one first learns a piece by taking the score and going to the instrument to try to play the notes as they are written, basically what we call sight reading. And then he does this a few times, and each time it sounds a little better. Eventually, by trial and error, he figures out how he wants it to sound, according to his taste and what he thinks is right for the piece. And then when he plays a concert, he simply reproduces that. I, as well as many of the colleagues that I know, work rather differently. When we see a score, we are already interpreting. That is, we are trying to figure out what the music is in terms of content. So, for example, what is its mood, or how does it flow? We're also trying to figure out how the score works. That is, what goes with what, which are the important phrases, how are they related to one another, and what are the various characters in the piece, where do they appear, and why. So we have a vision of what the piece is trying to say, and we would then perhaps read the piece a few times through, checking that this vision really fits. And at this point, for us, the piece has been replaced by the vision. When we think of that work of music, what we are thinking of is our vision, or interpretation as we might as well call it now. Taking our instrument and outputting this in sound is just the last step, which most of the time goes pretty much just as expected. Of course, this last step is the only thing that people see, because it is what happens during a concert. There are still many things that can happen at this step, and experience makes a pretty big difference. I'll talk about that next time, so as not to confuse matters by overloading. The main point here is really how music interpretation comes about as I experience it. It's like cooking. One is guided by a score, a recipe, which one interprets to become a vision, a mental image of how the whole dish comes into being. So here is a piece from the early 1500s, in a vision which I consider a little daring. I shall be the first to admit that this is a vision which comes more from me and from my experience as a music lover in today's era than from the score.